Hey guys, it's Jake of Jake's Metal Chats. I hope you're all well and staying safe. You had a great Christmas. And I know I haven't been on here in a while and it's late to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. But Happy New Year. And I hope you had a great New Year so far. For this video series, because I've been trying to think what else could I do. I got the chat, I got my other CD, vinyl, and tape collection videos to do as well. And I was looking through my album collection, CDs, vinyl, tapes, and I was speaking to David of Black City Records about maybe show my favorite underground releases, and he said a title along the lines of favorite underground releases. So for this video, it's going to be called my favorite underground metal releases, be it death metal, black metal, thrash metal, doom metal, heavy metal, folk metal. The list goes on. And I'm going to be starting with Sweden in this episode because I'm going to be going to various different countries. So just have to look out for that. And yeah, let's get started with the first album. I'm going in alphabetical order. I do have notes here, which I will be doing from now on because I just process so much information. So the first band is from Stockholm, Sweden, which I went to back in 2019 to this festival, Scandinavia Death Fest. Absolutely incredible. And it's the band Carbonized with For the Security. And yes, that sticker is not fooling you. It is a first pressing from 1991 featuring Lars Rosenberg of Entombed, and only 500 were pressed. And here we are. Thrash Records right there. With this album, you just get some intense, out of control death metal. I know there's a lot of you out there that will know this album and have this album, but for anyone that doesn't know, and for all the other bands that I will be showing in this video, these guys ain't going anymore. This did have, like I said, Lars from Entombed. It also had Matti. I'm gonna say Matti, the vocalist from Dismember in this band for a time. Let's show the CD as well, and also the book there, which there we go, tells you it has this long passage right here. I think there's a picture of the band in it. Yep, here they are. We got Lars right there, playing bass and vocals. Chris, no, Christopher on guitar and vocals, and of course we have Petro. I'm not gonna butcher his name on drums. Just some really intense, fast, out of control death metal. Very punky, like a lot of the bands from Sweden, a lot of the death metal bands, because they had a very big punk scene back in the 80s when watching the At the Gates documentary. And it's just absolutely mental. I'll actually take out the book again so you can see the cover without the sticker. There we go. I can't remember who did the artwork. I don't know if it's not no wait, cover artwork by Pierre Julian or Julian. Probably said it right the first time, or probably said it wrong the first time, but yeah. Definitely an album that you can pick up. It will probably go for too much on Discogs. As you know, a lot of them you can find like that much. Managed to find this in Black City Records. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna buy that album, and it's not leaving my collection ever. So definitely, if you can find it, or even listen to it on YouTube or Spotify, whichever you use to listen to music, definitely check this out. You will not regret it, man. Let me get some coffee in. Always be a Viking. Well, always be yourself, unless you can be a Viking. Always be a Viking. And I'm drinking some lovely coffee from Black Coffee Worship. Not awesome. Now, for the next band, a lot of people will know this band here. But again, for anyone that doesn't, with all these bands, this is Carnage for Dark Recollections. Absolutely fantastic. It didn't need no introduction, but I thought I'd give it an introduction. Of course, released by the famous Earache label, and there's the band themselves. The band themselves. Probably can't see that. Let me just. Oh no, you can see it better. Of course, two of the guys are in Dismember. That is Mati and Fred Epsby, who I've had on the chat. Of course, Michael Amott, who would later join Carcass. And of course, we've got Johnny from who joined Entomb later on during after the clandestine, after the release of clandestine, should I say? Sorry, couldn't say. And who's the other one? David. I'm not even going to say his last name. I'm not sure what the band's on. I think he was in Dismember. I could be wrong. But yeah, his CD. And this is a re-release because it also has the demos, The Day Man Lost, and Infestation of Evil. So both on 1989. And this is their only release because after that they split up. And of course, Matty and Fred, and I think also David went to continue Dismember. This is just some solid death metal. And unlike the other ones that I'll be showing after this one and the one before that, Carbonize did not have the HM2. This does have HM2 throughout. And also they are from, well, look at my notes. They started in Kronenberg and then later on in Stockholm. And they're just an awesome underground band. I know this is the only album they released, and if they were to get back together and just do a one-off, I would so travel to go see it because it's just absolutely killer stuff. And I think I don't know if there's any. Oh, yeah, there's some pictures in here, so that's from like demo days. Yeah, we got Johnny there. Like I said, later on joined Entombed. That's Johan. Johan, not going to try and say his middle name or last name because I might just mess him up. But he later on created, along with Michael Amott, Arch Enemy. If I'm not mistaken, he was the vocalist. And of course, Larson, I'm just going to say his last name because I'm not going to try and say his first name. Obviously, drummer then. And I think there's a few more pictures here. There. There. And there. Very death metal with the hands and the hair in the front of the face. Absolutely fantastic album. And also I'm just a sucker for band pictures. But almost dropped that in. But definitely pick this up if you can find it. Or if you've got an original pressing on vinyl, because I know it was at Black City Records, but someone only picked it up before I did. But I have the CD with the demos. But if you have an original pressing, do not get rid of it. You can definitely pick it up. Now on to another band, and the rest of these do not have the HM2. Well, I think one more on there does before I get to the last ones after that one. Next one, also from Stockholm. And this is their only album, and it's the band Excruciate with Passage of Life. I don't know if everyone knows this band or if this band ever came across anyone's radar, but obviously they would have been overlooked because of all the other death metal bands that came out that year. And there's a picture of the band. There's the CD. I think this was a re-release. Yeah, 29. Yeah, it says 2019 there, so re-released in 2019. There's going to be more. Let's see if I can. Okay, we've got lyrics with some of the band in it. Can't remember all their names. Actually, it's got all their names there. Not gonna. So we got Friedrich, Per Axe, Lars, Hemper, and Johan. I'm not going to say the last names, but yeah. So get on to the next page. And I think there's one more. Yep. And also, just to go back to the vocalist, which it would be Lars. If you look at his long sleeve, it says necrophobic on the main print, but on the sleeves, it says benediction. I don't know if that was a misprint or benediction and necrophobic did a show. If anyone can confirm that, please confirm that because I haven't got a clue. But either way, it looks cool. You got benediction and necrophobic. And the song I heard first time from them was Confused Minds. Like with the last two albums, this is a fantastic album. There's no HM2 as far as I know. Oh, yeah, let me show the back. But as far as I know, but still, it's still a cracking release and one that everyone should have in their collection if you don't have it yet, unless you bought it back in the day. Getting our coffee in. Stomach's growling because I haven't had anything else to eat since breakfast, so I do apologize. But yeah, Excruciate Passage of Life. This came out in 1993. Got to mention, Full Security was 1991. Dark Recollections was 1990. But yeah, definitely get this. Next one came out in 1992, another band from Stockholm, and they did a split with Excruciate, and this is Epitaph with Seeming Salvation. You might not know the band, but you might know the cover, which obviously, let me just get the book out. You might know the cover, and there's the band as well. The drummer does vocals as well as drums and more stuff. Whoops. Or pictures. I just like old school pictures. Was one of them guys wearing a Slayer shirt. Gotta love Slayer. Got more pictures here. This band is still going, unlike Excruciate, Carnage, and Carbonize, who are no longer going. They are still going, but I haven't released anything since I can't remember when they released that last album now. I'll say about 2014, 2015. More pictures there, and they they have one member as a session member, if I remember correctly. Can't think who it is, but here's a here. If anyone saw these guys back in the day, you can tell me. Yeah, it was it. Yeah, it was this guy. Nick Hagen. I again, my pronunciations are pretty terrible. Yeah, like I said, I like this picture a lot because you got the red and then you got them on stage. I was like, yeah, absolutely. The stuff. Pictures there. Oh no, one more picture there. And then I think that's it. There's main lyrics here. Do apologize that you can't see them. Camera doesn't always pick up someone, right? But we'll be fixing that because I will be getting a new camera. And obviously gig posters. So we got them with Dismember and Edge of Sanity, which is absolutely amazing. And of course got Grave and just amazing. I wish I wish I saw a lot of these shows, found out about them, like actually was born a lot earlier. So I love my old school Swedish death metal. Yeah, no HM2 in it, but the guitar tone is absolutely awesome, regardless. And oh yeah, I've got to show the back. Yeah, do pick this up if you haven't got it yet. It's just so good. Now this one is another band, and a lot of you know this. Again, a lot of everyone else won't know this band. It's Bowl with that album. Those Shattered Dreams, yeah, is a different cover from what you would have saw back in the day. This is from 1982. Also from they're from Cronenberg. I was about to say Stockholm. They're from Cronenberg. I don't know if the CD there is a bit loose there. So I think the original cover is in the booklet. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, there it is. It's just very small. That's the original cover? Because this was a re-release. I got this from a mate of mine who was selling some stuff, so I thought I'd take that from him. And we got, and I'm trying to remember the members on there now. Yeah, it's Johan again, who was in Carnage for a time. Johan would be that one. We can see him everywhere in there. But one of the guest musicians was Michael Amott. I'm probably saying Amott or Amott. Michael Amott, I'll say that. And lyrics, of course. Yeah, this is also, it's not just the album, like I said, it's a re-release, so it's this too is bonus tracks, so it's from the 91 demo, 92 demo, and 93 demo, and a few live tracks as well. I can see it. But yeah, those Shattered Dreams, when I went to the gym a lot, I would put on the last track, which was the title track. And I think there's HM2 in this. I hear, but not to the extent as you would hear in Entomb, Dismember, and of course Carnage. You wouldn't hear it to that extent, like all the way out. I think it's turned down slightly on some of it, but I'm going to give this another listen and probably rephrase what I said here. But definitely pick it up if you don't have it yet. If you got this and you got the original cover of it, well done you. Next one is an EP. It's a band that we all know, but you might not know the release. It's General Surgery with Necrology. And fun fact, this actually came out on the day, the month, and the year I was born. So it's the same age as me, which is absolutely amazing. And I just mentioned Matthew from Dismember, and he was in this band as well, doing bass and vocals. He was in a lot of bands. This is a re-release, so we got the CD here, no booklet, and there's no pictures. There's the back, and I remember seeing the cover to this, and I thought, this is absolutely weird. And then I put it on, and I was like, wow, this is some really, really heavy stuff, and some other like it's death metal, but it's very grindy as well, very death grind, so very on the cusp of like early Carcass, so like Recaputrefaction, Symphony of Sickness, but maybe more Recaputrefaction. But definitely a release you need to get if you don't own it yet. Just checking my mic's still on, and it's just out of control. You just put on, you get the first track, you get like this haunting ambient atmospheric sound, and all of a sudden it just kicks in with just like, oh, absolutely amazing stuff. Do get this was released in 1991, and these guys are also from Stockholm. And yeah, I've seen these guys live. I saw them first time was I want to say 2013. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2012, 2013 at the venue called it's called Crofters Rights now here in Bristol, but it was called the Croft when I went to it. And my mate's band, Basement Torture Killings, supported them. And yeah, these guys were just absolutely killer live. And this is a killer EP as well. Absolutely amazing. We all know the band, but I know there's a lot of you out there like, I know this EP, but there's those who don't know this EP, and that's why I'm showing it, as well as all the other albums and one compilation that I got coming up in a minute after the next album. Do get General Surgery, The Quality. I don't regret it. Next one. This band is from, and I'm going to butcher this now. I do apologize. Vermland. I did try to pronounce it earlier, and just like, yeah, I'm gonna butcher it. But this is God Macabre and the Winterlon. Just a beautiful, beautiful sounding album. This is a re-release on Relapse. I saw these guys back in 2017 at Netherlands Death Fest 2, and I was just like, yes, absolutely yes. This was their only release. Here's the cover. I think there's a picture of the band in here. There we go. They were called Macabre N or Macabre, however you want to say it. So I said God Macabre, God Macabre. You talk about the band, I know who you're on about. It's just a beautiful, fantastic sounding Swedish death, all Swedish even, but Swedish death metal to me is just beautiful sounding, and just an album that I just want to put on over and over again. Of course, my favorite track on this album is Spawn of Flesh. It's also got the demos from when they were called Macabre End. It's not a very, again, some of these bands, a lot of the bands I show, I got HM2, the HM2 sound, but still love my Swedish death metal, even if it's the HM2 or not. But definitely get this album if you don't have it yet. Just fantastic. And the next one is a compilation. They are from Gothenburg. And to mention that the Winterlon is from 1993. This is a compilation from 1996. We all know the vocalist Thomas Lindberg from At the Gates. Well, this was his old band back in the day. Everyone will know this band. For anyone else who might, didn't know we had another band. This is Grotesque, and this is the compilation In the Embrace of Evil. And there we go. Of course, another original member of At the Gates as well. One of them, he's not in the band anymore, became a tattoo artist later down the line. What's his name? Well, it's kind of hard to know what they are, but he was one of the guitarists, because that's how they are addressed in the book, in the band. It's all like reminding me of when you see Blasphemy with their names and what they do in the band. But yeah, love the artwork there. Got lyrics in it. I think there's a picture of no, there's no picture of the band. That's a picture of the band. Well, there is a drummer in the band, but he's not in any of the pictures because he was the one taking the pictures, which is kind of like, okay. But probably didn't have time to get a photographer, but this is all their demos from. If I can just get get the band up. Sorry about this. Let me just get the band up, and it's all the demos basically from 1988 all the way up to 1990. So the demos be like ripped from the cross from 1988. The Black Gate is closed from 1989. A rehearsal demo from 1989, and the Incantation EP from 1990. All in one compilation. And if you got to see this band back in the day and when they reformed to do one last show, I am super jealous. Absolutely super jealous that you got to see this. See these guys back in the day. Obviously, I've still got the band up. The guitarist, I think you go. No, it's not him. We went under as a Necrolord. It'll be the other one. There we go. Johan. No, it's not him either. Sorry. He was in At the Gates. There we go. The Haunting. Alf. That's his name. Alf. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, one of the original members of At the Gates. From 1990 to 1993, he was on the first album, the first EP, Gardens of Grief, which I know a lot of us would know, and I forgot to pick it up to show you, but we all know At the Gates. But still, that's definitely an EP you should check out. And obviously, he was on the first album, The Red Sky Is Ours, and with it, I Kissed the Burning Darkness, and later on to become a tattoo artist. But definitely check out Grotesque if you're not familiar with him, and get this compilation. Oh, I'm getting on to the last two bands here, so I've got to flip my notes. Next one is, and I will get them up quickly. Should have just kept all this up when I was taking notes. This is Tiamat with their album Clouds, which is from 1992. That's on my notes, and it's on here. And this is an absolutely fantastic album. This came from a friend of mine. I bought this from a friend of mine, Kyla, and she was selling a bunch of CDs and a couple of vinyl, few CDs and tapes of her previous bands. So, Kyla, if you're watching this, thank you very much. This is absolutely fantastic old school Death Doom. They went on to do gothic rock later on. They're still going today. Yet to see them live. No, they did. I don't think they played. Don't think they played Scandinavia Death Fest as far as I can remember. If they did, I will remember it after I've done this video. But Clouds is a great album. It's very, yeah. Look at the CD as well. Black and purple, absolutely amazing. Pictures of the band in here. Got there with lyrics. More in here. Oh, no, there we go. And I think there's one more. Yep. And of course that with the members of the band. So again, I'll look at. So yeah, this was their third album, and these guys are also from Stockholm. Which again went to this festival, and just yeah, I put this on after I like a couple of days after it arrived from, because it was coming from where my friend lives in Norwich. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful album. Just everything about it is awesome. And I know there's going to be a lot of you like, I have this album or used to have this album, but those are like, I don't know this band. And I'm trying to remember if any of the members from this band were in other bands. Yeah, there's one here, which I'm not going to try and pronounce because I'm just going to butcher it. But one of them, one of them was in Dark Tranquillity. But this is Tiamat, Clouds. Beautiful. Now, this band we all know and love, and my mate Johnny, who I had on the chat, is the vocalist in this band. They're from a place called Westmanland, and I think I butchered that as well, so I do apologise. One of my New Year's resolutions is to learn Swedish a bit more. And this is Wombath with Internal Caustic Torments. This is their debut from 1993. And this also has their demo and EP, and I'm trying to remember the demo names. Let me just get them up again. Luckily, there's only one band named Wombath on Encyclopedia Metallum, the Metal Archives. So yeah, the EP is several shapes from 1992 and Brutal Mites demo, both from 1992. And just to confirm that, yep, that is the case. And there's only one original member left of this band, and I'm trying to remember which one that is. If I go on Metallum, yep, it's only one in the band now. All the others have been brand new in this. Well, it's actually three mates of mine in this band now. Like I said, this is a re-release, and I don't think. No, there's no pictures, band pictures. It's the lyrics, and of course, got the artwork there, which is just awesome. It's haunting as well, just looking at it. That's a great appeal as well. Of course, we've got the all that there. Yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic album. The first song I actually heard was As Silent as the Grave. And the other song on it is Corporal Punishment. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's just, when you hear it, it's just punch you in the face. That sort of death metal was just amazing. And I got to see him first time 2017 at the Black Heart in London, and then here in 2019. Saw a lot of my favorite bands that are from Sweden at this festival, which is absolutely incredible. If you don't have this, then pick up. This is a re-release, but if you got the original pressing of it, then awesome, you got it back in the day or picked it up from someone who was selling it. I don't know, but if you still have it in your collection, don't get rid of it. This is a killer album, absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see these guys live again very soon. I'm not sure what shows they're doing next, but this album I will be sticking on over this weekend or maybe next weekend, whenever I got free time, to put on some of my favorite albums, and this will be one of them. And that is the end of my favorite underground metal releases. Part 1 or episode 1. I'm not sure. I might call it part 1 or episode 1. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, there'll be more from this series down the line this year and continuing on, depending on how many more underground releases I actually have in my collection. And I thank you all very much for tuning in for watching this video. And also, I now have 453 subscribers now, which is fantastic. So thank you to all the new subscribers that I have gained this year and also from end of last year. Absolutely brilliant. There will be more chat videos, more CD, vinyl, tape collection videos, and of course, a part 2 to my favorite albums, EPs from last year. And thank you all very much. Have a good evening, good morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And keep the banner of metal held high. And see you all in the next video.